Picture this. You're about to make your first crypto trade, heart racing with excitement, fingers hovering over the buy button, and then bam! You see a gas fee that costs more than your actual transaction. Your $50 trade just became a $75 nightmare. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this happens and how to never get blindsided again. But before we dive deep, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered why sending $10 in crypto can sometimes cost $15 in fees, while banks charge you maybe $3 to wire thousands? The answer will shock you, and it's not what most people think. Gas fees are literally the price you pay for every single action on a blockchain network. Think of it like this. Imagine if every time you wanted to drive somewhere, you had to pay, not just for your gas, but also tip the road maintenance crew, the traffic controllers, and everyone keeping the roads running smoothly. That's essentially what's happening every time you make a crypto transaction. Here's where it gets interesting, though, and this is something 90% of crypto users get completely wrong. Gas fees aren't set by some evil corporation trying to drain your wallet. They're actually determined by something much more fascinating: pure market economics in real time. Let me paint you a picture that'll make this crystal clear. Imagine Ethereum as a busy highway during rush hour. Every car represents a transaction trying to get through. Now, there's only a limited number of lanes. These are called blocks. Each block can only fit a certain number of transactions. When everyone wants to get through at the same time, what happens? People start bidding higher and higher to cut in line. But here's the kicker. And this is where most people lose money without even realizing it. Those fees aren't just disappearing into thin air. They're going to miners and validators who are literally competing to process your transaction. It's like a giant auction happening every few seconds, 24/7, and your transaction is the prize. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds complicated, but why should I care? Here's why this matters more than you realize. Last year, during the peak of the NFT craze, some people paid over $100 in gas fees just to buy a $10 digital image. But the smart money? They knew exactly when to transact and paid less than $5 for the same thing. The secret they knew, and this is something I wish someone had told me when I started, is that gas fees fluctuate wildly throughout the day. Remember that highway analogy? Well, at 3 a.m., that same highway is practically empty. Your transaction that would cost $50 during peak hours might only cost $3 at the right time. But timing isn't the only factor, and this is where it gets really interesting. Different types of transactions require different amounts of computational power. Sending basic tokens is like driving a small car. It takes up less space and uses less resources. But executing a complex smart contract? That's like driving an 18-wheeler through rush hour traffic. It's going to cost you. Here's a real story that'll blow your mind. A friend of mine wanted to buy into a new DeFi protocol during the crazy bull run of 2021. He saw the perfect entry point, rushed to make the trade, and didn't check the gas fees. The transaction? $50. The gas fee? $120. He paid more than double his investment amount just to make the trade. Don't be that guy. But here's what's really fascinating, and this is something most YouTube videos won't tell you. Gas fees actually serve a crucial purpose beyond just making miners rich. They prevent spam attacks and ensure the network stays secure. Without gas fees, someone could flood the network with millions of tiny transactions and bring the entire system to its knees. Think about it like this. If sending emails cost a penny each, would you still get spam? Probably not. Gas fees work the same way. They make every transaction meaningful and intentional. Now, different blockchains handle this completely differently, and understanding this could save you thousands. Ethereum, being the first major smart contract platform, is like the busy downtown of the crypto world. Everyone wants to be there, so prices are high. But newer networks like Polygon or Binance Smart Chain, they're like the efficient suburbs. Same functionality, way cheaper rent. Here's something that'll surprise you, though. Some of the highest gas fees ever recorded weren't during market crashes or rallies. They happened during NFT drops and DeFi protocol launches. People were so desperate to get in first that they paid absolutely insane amounts. We're talking gas fees higher than most people's monthly rent. But smart traders use this to their advantage. While everyone else is fighting during peak hours, they're analyzing gas price trackers, timing their transactions perfectly, and laughing all the way to the bank. The tools to do this exist right now, and they're completely free to use. The craziest part? Gas fees can change in seconds. You could start a transaction with a $5 fee, and by the time it processes, the network could be so congested that the same transaction would cost $30. It's like traffic that changes faster than you can blink. Here's what blew my mind when I first learned this. Failed transactions still cost gas fees. Imagine driving to the store, getting stuck in traffic, running out of gas halfway there, and still having to pay for the road usage. That's exactly what happens when your crypto transaction fails, but you still pay the fee. But successful crypto users have cracked the code. They understand that gas fees are predictable patterns, not random chaos. Weekend mornings, certain holidays, specific time zones being asleep, these all create windows of opportunity that most people completely miss. The future of gas fees is even more interesting than their present. New technologies like Layer 2 solutions and different consensus mechanisms are promising to make these fees nearly zero. But until then, understanding gas fees isn't just helpful. It's essential for anyone serious about crypto. The bottom line is this. Gas fees might seem like an annoying tax on your crypto dreams, but they're actually the heartbeat of blockchain networks. Master them, and you've mastered one of the most important aspects of successful crypto trading. Ignore them, and you'll keep paying the price, literally. So the next time you see that gas fee pop up, remember, you're not just paying a fee, you're participating in one of the most revolutionary financial systems ever created. The question isn't whether you should pay gas fees, it's whether you're smart enough to pay them at the right time.